Hey man, greetings once more. This is the ancient one, Jaina M. Kazel Denaki. Yeah. Today, let us continue upon the principles of Surrealism, which are a reflection of whatever that is happening in creation, from above to below. Mhlawumbe uyazibuza noba kwenzeka ntoni. What is happening here is the concept of trying to regenerate. I will say regenerate or to generate the already existing concepts based upon the surrealist principles. So, this principle is based upon the God self. Xa sithi God self sithetha into nobana apha kuwe ungumntu kunalaa nto isoloko ingunolwazi kanolwazi kodwa uthi xa uthetha ndikhe ndabethelwa ma, you know, bendenza unqumla kule ndlela qulwa mandingangeni kwelaa cala bo kwenzeka le way. Abantu ke bayacekoza emhlabeni baneeconcept zabo bayibiza amagama afensi, intuition and what and what. But if there is something beyond intuition, let me know, ne? Yeah. Otherwise, I'm an open-minded person. Now I'm still a knowledge seeker, you know. So mine is not the ultimate truth, but for those who seek understanding, must try by all means to understand what I'm saying, even if the word that I'm saying seems to contradict itself. Because in most of the time when I explain something, even also when I listen through time, I find, hey, I've been carried over in that point, you know. I ain't supposed to say that word like that, but English is not our mother's tongue. So don't act stupid. I need intellectuals here. Yabo, not abantu abaza-acta stupid to try to criticize. But no, that is not a correct word to be. No, stupid dev. I know it. But for those who are highly intellectuals, we're gonna use a language as a language. We're gonna use a language as a medium to send thoughts and ideas between me and you. So you don't know what I'm talking about. Instead of undiphikise, try to get broader in what I know and trying to learn more, or wait for another videos that will come to elaborate further. Yeah, but if you are not sure, contact man and man. But for now, I don't need any contacts. I'm still want to share for people who understand. So if you are in a lower conscious state of being aware, wait for the right time, you know. Yeah. So I called these 7 principles of surrealism the artist God self. Why do I say God self? Because as an artist, you have a gift of art which is one with the creator, that the creator used to beautify and create everything that we see in existence. That is why I said the God self. You and the creator, you share that same aspect, you know, as he or she or it or as the creator. Okay. The God self is comprised of 3 elements: the cosmos mind or the cosmic mind, and your mind as an intellectual, that is the second one. The third one, it will be the surrealism artistic aspect or power which regenerates the ideas within the mind, meaning that idea where people just saw the images coming in and out, not knowing where the artist is getting the ideas, but seeing them constantly being displayed in front of their eyes. That is the surrealism mind in expression. I'm trying to use words to explain this thing. The way I'm speaking it might not explain it fully, but don't disagree. Ask more questions if you don't know what I'm talking about. If you are wise, if you are a fool, go in other channels which would allow you to disagree. Me here, I'm not about disagreement. As we have said, that in the cosmic space, there is what we called the abyss. In the cosmic space, there is what we called an abyss. The abyss, it's where all the ideas of the cosmos are contained. In that emptiness, others they call it nothingness. In simplest words, no thingness. Meaning it doesn't mean akukho nto there, but there is no thing visible. There is nothing visible to the naked eye. So if you don't see anything visible to the naked eye, you said there is nothing. But it doesn't mean in essence, within, beyond, or over the frequencies of the spectrum of light, it ain't mean there is nothing. There is always something. So that is what we talk about when we say nothingness. So, in the cosmos, the nothingness of the cosmos is the abyss, the empty vacuum space where all ideas are born. When ideas are born, are created within the ideas, which are me, human beings and animals and objects and suns, which are made, and energies and all that khajas which are made in creation, us reflecting what made us, we have our own highest faculties of creation. To us as conscious beings, we call that as an unconscious, where all ideas which will be observed and being brought into creation are originated from. In the surrealism space, we called this unconsciousness the memory box. This is principle number one. This is principle number one. On the previous video, I'm not going to discuss this thing. Please go and check it there. Now we will focus on principle number two. Principle number two, it's light unto the cosmic mind. As it was said in the Bible, King James of Watchages, in the beginning the Creator said, "Let there be light." Nothing will be created that cannot be seen. Even there in the unseen, it is visible according to the eye that sees the unseen realm. So nothing will be created in the unseen. So in the beginning of time, the Creator said, "Let there be light." The light was given, or the light came into manifestation as the word that created it. The vibration, word is a vibration, is a thought being uttered and something vibrates. So there was an intention that uttered a vibration which will have an intention to bring things into creation. So in the mind, the thought also in that empty space becomes the vibration or the light which ignites the fire or the inspiration. So I'll deal deeper with that. The light, it is the fire. So the idea that ignites inspiration, that okay, the thought, let me action upon this thought, because it thoughts, fire yazo are not the same. It can fire that immediately when the thought comes, it will cause you to move. So it thought, energy, idea, catalyst, it is an inspiration behind whatever you do as a being. That is the second principle of the cosmos. So before a creation came into existence, a creator on its own had this desire, this burning desire within himself to create and make things the way he wanted to be. We don't know the whole scope of what is created. It's the creator himself who knows. That was his desire. But now us, as the created objects that have different states of consciousness, because the consciousness of a man is different from the consciousness of an animal, a lizard, mosquito, and etc. So once the creator has these ideas that, okay, no man, I need to create a cockroach, I need to create a sun, I need to create stars, I need to create a force of gravities, I need. That was the fire. Within his thought, nothing is created also during this time. It's within his thoughts and his feelings, or its feelings, or its feelings. Within. So it has this burning desire, that is the fire, the desire to bring things into manifestation, you know. So, how that fire manifests in us as artists or as human beings? That fire manifests as an idea, as I have said first in the beginning, that the idea originates from the source of all created things. Now, us we reflect him by bringing the ideas into manifestation in the world of man. One with him who transcends all things in nature. So, these ideas within our minds, in the memory box, they become the inspiration in that empty space, in the abyss. So you as a human being, since the creator has the desire to create stars and suns and all that and different weird species in the water, that was the art of the creator, not yours. And he created you in the womb, so you yourself, you are his art also. Now you are given the capability to share with him the same force, to use that same energy to manifest your own desires as his reflection, as he created and manifest his own desires in the cosmos as the whole, or in nature as the whole. These in the mind or in the intellectual sphere are called ideas, or the first cause. Even in the cosmos, they are called the first cause, was the idea that a desire that wanted to create is what caused all things to come into existence. That was the first cause. So to you as an artist, you in your empty space, you must have ideas before you can create anything. Regardless if your ideas are good or bad, but you must have them. Have a thought, have something that inspires, that ignites the fire within yourself, that makes you say, you know, let me write about that thing, man. And why people are like this, why things like that, thing that makes you question and want to make sense out of what is in existence. That is an idea that manifests in man. Unless if I'm conscious and I'm intellectual, you can just pop up ideas out of nothing and you'll never question them, and you just display them if you can. So those ideas, when we move them from the sphere of the cosmic body, which is the fire, we call them the fire, the first element, when the creator said let there be light. But for man in the lower sphere to create, he has to have the same desires, which will be the light for him to see and manifest the ideas that he desires and burn in himself. And this will dig a deep how you feel xa une-desire. Jonga masenze umzekelo, excuse me for to make it like this, but I want you to ask, do you get it when you are hot like uhoni, when you kiss a boyfriend yakho and igazi libaleke libhoyile? Do you get that state of energy to have that desire where the mind cannot even fully act kwinonobana go against, unless if well fit and you are experienced in that field, well self-control. Otherwise, for others, the moment that desire manifests, they jump straight. Boqabuka xa bene-HIV babengekho zicondom to condomize and vadvad or STIs and disease. Yes, I'm talking the fire that burns. That fire is the catalyst to cause men to move forward. In us as artists, it is the idea, the fire. So the element of fire in the cosmos, when the creator said let there be light, it must be visible. The light that pop within us as man is the idea that brightens everything to see what we want to create. But when we take it into the surrealism sphere, according to my concept, we call now the idea the inspiration, what drives you, the force that causes you to do the thing. As Mrs. Society, the idea is the first cause. So whatever you do in life, no matter how well consciousness are you, it is inspired because of something that tapped in your mind, and you were one with that thing, and the energy of it was powerful to move you. You know, this is what we talk. This is the second principle from the abyss. The first principle, which is the unconscious mind, in the intellectual mind. When we go to the sphere of surrealism or spiritual surrealism, we call it the memory box where emptiness exists. Now the second principle is fire. Now when we move the fire in the intellectual mind, we call it the idea. But when you go back in the cosmic body, we said this idea, it's the one that caused things to come into creation. Even today we still see weird fucking, excuse me, we still see weird creatures from all these creatures. If you dig grounds, you see weird things that look like aliens and all that stuff, which you can make out of this. But hey, what are these creatures? The Most High has been always generating. He never stops. That is his power. You see, that is what we have here. Exactly the same in our minds. No matter we can keep quiet here, the mind is always blah 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 blah. People who are meditating are the ones who are trying to control that blah 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 blah, because once the mind energy is scattered everywhere, nothing you can fully focus, because if focus now is the element which you as the being is centered. I mean, it's more like a point, man. Queen kwi-compass ukulibonisa bale compass. So i-focus is more like a point where the directed energy will go. Yeah, that's where the energy will focus, and that's what will be manifested. Yeah, so yeah, this is the second principle according to my own seven principles of surrealism, based on the creation of the cosmos as a mind, based on Kabbalah mysteries or the seven Kemetic principles, but not as in order as them they are written there. No, according to the tree of life. You must go back in the tree of life, because it is the tree of life which explains everything, how things come into creation. I-seven principles zona zizo ezi, they are more like guidelines to show you that these are fundamentals, but there were other second level forces which were in action, because these seven principles zizo ezigovern everything before it comes to creation. Without them, nothing will come into creation. So same as kwi-chematic tree of life. Kwi-chematic tree of life sithetha ngantoni? Ngezi-spheres. Ezi sphere njengoba ziyi-seven ziya-expanda kwi-seven chematic tree of life, ziya-expanda into 10 spheres. It's another diagram. Yabo, le system is not all correctly or 100% based on how the system of the Kabbalah is, but it's based on the information which was found that, when they talk of Anubis, they talk of the critical mind, or of Anubis and Sekhet. Or when they talk of Heru in the tree of life, they talk about the willpower. I am in those levels. So don't try to try to go and check, does the fire represent the idea? Oh, no, 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 no. You don't even need to go there. Hold it the way I am telling you. If you can hold these seven principles of the cosmic body the way I am giving you, and I make it clear to you how they work how they work in relation to each other, then you will understand how these cosmic principles influence your mind as an artist, and then you will be able to use them to create your art and your craft, either it's music or whatever. That's why I said it is a spiritual side of surrealism, where my art is coming from, where I create, and you can see it. You see, words will always never be fully media to express what a certain mind wants to say. But if you don't understand what I'm saying, share the comment on the comment section below and ask me any further question based on what I am saying, and I will let you know. So now we are dealing with the second principle, which is fire or light. You see, The second principle from the first one, which we call it the abyss, the empty space where all ideas originate. Now we are dealing these ideas, if they exist in this empty space, since they haven't manifested, what brings them forth into light or into creation? So we find that no, the creator said in the beginning of time, let there be light. When we seek the light, we find in us as human beings, as we look what is below in reflection of what is above, we find the light that was there was the inspiration. So the inspiration is what we are using in the memory box, in those complex compilations of those jazz ideas. We will have a certain inspiration that, hey, okay, yes, let me not talk about what happened to me when I was 6 years old. Let my art be directed towards what I felt was happening and how the things that happened affected me into, from when I was from my childhood stage into the adulthood. You will decide, oh, I know, let me not talk about things that are based at me or to me. Let me focus on things that are based on how humans in society try to take care of their environment and all that. They call it population. Others will focus in genetic genocide and what and what. So where the concept you chosen and as an artist, it is where the field of the art where I put the surrealism spiritual side. But for you, it won't be surrealism. It will be the spiritual side of the art that you are doing. If you do music, the conscious rap, that will be the conscious spiritual side of your music. You know, I don't want to speak the same cladding man until my words make no sense. But if you get this thing or you don't know, leave the comment on the comment section. I will link you up. Give thanks.